Ever dream of paragliding in Dharamshala just the day before meeting the Dalai Lama? Well, that was me. In this video, I'll share my heart-pounding experience soaring through the skies and how it unexpectedly transformed my perspective. Most people would not associate paragliding with mindfulness, but let's talk about detachment, a concept you all know but rarely truly experience. In this video, I will also speak something more on detachment and practical ways how you can implement it in your daily life. Detachment does not mean leaving all your daily comfort and going into a distant cave. So stay on to know more about this and get ready because you're about to jump into this adventure and how detachment can be a powerful tool for inner peace. At the edge of the cliff, with the paragliding gear being strapped on me, I could feel that heaviness in my chest. And below, the breathtaking panorama of the Kangra Valley spread out like a welcoming carpet. Yet, at the edge of the mountain, I wasn't here to soak in the scenery. No, it's not a spontaneous decision had landed me here, but I'm about to take a terrifying leap of faith, paragliding. Not exactly how I envisioned conquering the beauty of the mountains, but hey, there I was. Fear, I had always believed, was the enemy of progress. It kept me rooted and grounded to the ground. Fear was not the absence of courage, but the precursor of being cautious. Fear is a vital emotion for survival, but it becomes a double-edged sword when it comes to progress. Neuroscience explains why the amygdala, our fear center, triggers the fight or flight response when it senses danger, real or perceived. This hijacking of resources can cloud the prefrontal cortex responsible for planning and decision making, leading to avoidance behavior. Additionally, fear can suppress dopamine, a reward chemical, making us hesitant to pursue goals even if they bring positive outcomes. However, understanding this neurological dance between fear and progress empowers us. Techniques like mindfulness and CBT can help us regulate our emotional response, strengthening the prefrontal cortex control. By recognizing fear's purpose but not letting it dictate our actions, we can transform it into a motivator, propelling us forward on our path to achieve better goals. Taking a deep breath, I let all the feelings wash over me. My pilot went through the equipment check, each snap and buckle checked to ensure safety. Suddenly, without any notice, he strapped the gear on me and gave me a clear instruction. And he said, when I say run, you run. I was confused and worried. Suddenly, he said, run, with his chest pushing against me. And I ran, and the fear was gripping me, running towards the cliff. Then, with a running leap and a surge of adrenaline, we were airborne. The world tilted on its axis as the ground rushed away beneath us. The fear surprisingly began to melt. It was replaced by a breathtaking shock. The view from the hills, from the top, simply amazing. The clouds, the wind, and some birds. I felt I was part of the sky. Soaring through the air, I felt an unexpected sense of detachment. The worries and anxieties that trapped me to the ground seemed to shrink with every passing moment. I was a tiny dust in the vastness of the sky, a silent observer of a timeless wonder. This made me wonder, what is detachment? A concept I was familiar from reading, but that was a feeling I felt for the first time, being detached from the ground, from a sense of safety and security. Being temporarily not connected to the world below me felt liberating. I've always been trapped in the circumstances around in my life. And when suddenly in this freedom, it was a true bliss. A concept I have read in textbooks, but an experience of detachment, it's quite cool. I'll never forget this experience, the first time seriously considering the relationship between detachment and freedom. So let's go deeper into this concept of detachment. In the main office, we were made to sign some forms and disclaimers, basically telling us in the event something goes wrong, they can't be held responsible. Basically, I was signing my responsibility away. As I was filling up the forms, thoughts were racing. Is this jump necessary? Maybe we can do some other time. Well, after all the documentation over, we got into a jeep and off we go. We drove into the peak mountains and took about 40 minutes. The journey itself was adventurous, bumpy roads, and the driver was driving like a rally driver, speeding as though he was late for some interview. Finally, with the bumpy ride, we reached the top, and the weather, windy and with dark clouds, seems not favorable for the jump. But the pilots were determined to make the jump, and this fueled my fear more. Suddenly, more dark clouds, and the pilot asked me, "Am I in a hurry?" I said, "Of course no, of course no. We can take your time, no rush here." Pilot here is referring to the person who will be strapped with me for the jump. Detachment is a concept often thrown around in spiritual circles, but it can be confusing. So here's the truth. Detachment is not about abandoning your life or loved ones. It's about finding a healthy balance between engagement and letting go. So imagine detachment as a seesaw. On one side you have clinging attachment, being overly attached to things, people or outcomes. And this can lead to sufferings when things don't go your way. On the other hand, you have this indifference, not caring about anything at all. Neither extreme is ideal. This means doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, not for personal gain or fear of failure. It's about giving all your best while accepting whatever the outcome may be. But detachment does not mean giving up on life. It's about letting go of the need to control everything. We can still pursue our passions, build relationship, and work towards your goal. The key here is to be present in the journey, not just fixated on the destination itself. Here's how to practice detachment in a way that works for you. 6 ways into detachment. 1. Acknowledgement of your fears. Don't shut down your emotions. Feel your desires, anxiety, and even hopelessness. Let them surface and breathe through them. 2. Self-inquiry. Once you have felt your emotions, explore them. Ask yourself what these feelings are telling you. Is there a lesson to be learned here? 3. Processing. Look for the silver lining. Even in loss or disappointment, there's often something to be gained. Did you learn something new, or did you grow stronger? 4. Creative actions. Don't let setbacks paralyze you. Take what you have learned and use it to move forward with a renewed excitement. 5. Freedom. True detachment is a state of inner peace. You can think about your desires or losses without being overwhelmed by emotions. 6. Detachment with a soft touch. It's tempting to approach detachment with a warrior mentality, just powering through difficulties. But a gentler approach can be more effective. So try offering your actions, fears, or even desires to a higher power, to a sense of oneness or even just the vastness of nature. This act of offering can loosen your grip on these things and remind you of a greater presence that holds everything, including your desire, fear, and ultimately yourself. Detachment is a journey, not a destination. By practicing it with a gentle touch, you can find a more balanced and peaceful way to navigate life's ups and downs. Now let's go back to my paragliding experience. The pilot, sensing my growing confidence, initiated a few gentle acrobats in the air. So we dipped and started soaring up, mimicking the dance of birds. And sometimes we circle. And of course, I was screaming now and then, but after a while, I seemed to got used to it and started screaming and laughing at the same time. As we gently descended, a strange sense of peace settled over me. Landing with shaky legs, I was a changed person in a way. The experience had been an awakening one for me, a reminder of the impermanence of things and the vastness of the existence. Fear, I realized, was not a barrier but a doorway. It was the key to unlock extraordinary and the catalyst for growth. Detachment is not about becoming a cold, emotionless robot. It's about cultivating a sense of inner freedom. It's about being able to fully engage in life's experiences, both joyful and sorrowful, without getting swept away by them. As you practice detachment, you will find yourself becoming less reactive and more resilient. You'll be able to navigate life's challenges with greater grace and ease, all while staying true to your values and pursuing your passions. So take a deep breath, embrace the journey, and remember, detachment is a powerful tool for creating a more fulfilling and peaceful life. So what are your thoughts on detachment? Do you have any practices that help you to find inner peace? So share them in the comments below and let's start a conversation. So until next time, take care and bye.